All right, what's up? I want to drop a little bit of value for you guys here. One of the biggest things that I hear all the time is from coaches that they're just struggling to generate conversations and leads that lead to opportunities to make sales into their programs or coaching. And this is one of the simplest strategies that you can use. This can be done on Instagram or on Facebook, and there's other ways you could use this on other platforms, but these being the primary ones that coaches are likely on. If you have any kind of following in these places, especially on Instagram, because it's the one that allows for the easiest retargeting, and it's also the best from just like an ease of messaging and having a conversation back and forth standpoint. If you think about Facebook, you have to be friends with someone on Facebook for them to see the message that you're going to send them, and it can get a little bit complicated in that process of just like getting them to accept your friend request and then ultimately message back. Where on Instagram, this is the easiest platform to set up very simple and basic retargeting ads that allow for you to put a call to action or reel with a call to action directly in front of your audience that's already there. And you can expand outside of this, and you can do this with colder audiences, but the fastest and easiest and cheapest way to do this right off the bat is to do what I'm going to show you here today. So I would definitely try this out. If you're struggling to generate conversations, you have an Instagram, even if it's a very small following, as long as you have a few hundred people that are within your target ICA, your target audience, your target niche, the person that you're going after, you can launch this very simply and easily. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. So how do you pick, and what does the style of post look like? There's a few different ways that you can do this. The one that I'm going to show you right now today is to use a reel that you've probably already created and posted on your profile. And we're going to then just boost it or run it in Ads Manager as a retargeting campaign to get messenger conversations started. Ideally, you don't just want to boost this. I'm going to show you how to dive into Ads Manager over on Facebook, because that's the better way to do this to drive conversations with you. So first component of this video is going to be just how do you pick the reel, how do you create the reel. If you want a few different script ideas on how to do this, just comment on this wherever you're watching it and let me know. Happy to share those. But the easiest thing is look through reels that you have created. I'm going to use this one as an example because I shot this video talking about using a Google Doc to make sales calls and not having to jump on sales calls all the time or be on calls all day. And that's how you spend your entire day as a coach, which most people don't want to do. And so using a simple Google Doc, we can make more offers. We can put this offer in front of more people, and we can get people to say yes, and high quality people, because they've seen exactly what we showed them everything. We weren't trying to hide anything in this process. We showed them exactly what they were buying into, and the people that do say yes on the back end of that end up usually being very good clients. So walk them through how I make high ticket sales with a Google Doc, explain some more of that here in the comment section, or the caption. And then I asked them to drop a comment if they're interested in seeing it. Right. So this is something I just posted organically. I don't have a huge following on Instagram. Like videos like this for me don't tend to get tons of reach. This only got a few hundred views on it. So what I can do, and what I'm going to show you the process of doing, is I can take this valuable video that's calling out a person that I help, showing them something of like usefulness, of value, of like something that they can take and implement right away, and then asking them to comment to get the free resource that will help them to execute on it. Right? So I'm taking a very small problem that they currently have inside of their business they're struggling with, and I'm introducing a solution and I'm offering it to them if they comment on it. Right? So this being the post that I'm now going to use. From here, I'm going to jump over. Let me see how I can do this. Hold on one sec. All right, so we're back and I'm over in Ads Manager. I'm now going to show you in setting up Ads Manager. I'm not going to do that in this video because it would make it extremely long. Go to YouTube, look out how to set up Ads Manager if you've never done it before. There's tons of free videos out there. You can see how to set up an account and all that kind of stuff. You just need a business page on Facebook, and then you watch the videos. They'll show you how to set up the ad account underneath that and get to the point where you have ads manager that looks something like this. You won't have as many campaigns as I do inside of mine, but not hard to do. Just look up those videos and set it up. Then you're going to want to connect your Instagram account to your ads manager. Again, this is something that you can look up a video on. It's very easy to do. It's inside of the settings. Once you're in here, you can connect an Instagram account to the page that you already set up. If you're struggling at all with that, like, reach out. I'll point you in the right direction. Once you have that all set up, you've posted the post over on Instagram that I just showed you, that reel that gives something of value, discusses like why it's important, how it can solve a painful problem or solution for your perfect fit person, and then ask them to comment to get the thing. What you do is you come inside Ads Manager here, and again, I would prefer you do it here instead of just boosting the post on Instagram, because you don't have a lot of control. So there's two ways that you can take this post. That one specifically said to comment, so that's what I'm going to make this ad. That's what I'm going to target this ad to do, right? The other thing that I could do is I could ask people to message me as well. So if I did that exact same reel, but the call to action at the end was DM me GDoc if you want me to send you the GDoc that I use, right? Could have done the exact same thing. I'll show you how to set up both just in case you want to do one of those other ones. But basically what I'm looking for here is engagement campaign, right? So I have clicked create. I'm going to go to engagement campaign, and I would do engagement campaign whether I wanted messages or I wanted people to comment. I hit continue. I'm going to go to manual engagement campaign. I'm not going to let them do it for me. Name this whatever. For me, I name a campaign like this. The MOF is middle of funnel. So that's my retargeting stuff, people that are already followers. And then if I wanted to give more details here, I just do something like middle of funnel, DM retargeting ad, but this wouldn't be DM because I'm asking for comment. So comment retargeting. I don't change anything else here. I'm going to go into ad set name. I don't like having people message me on Facebook. I just, quality of the messages isn't great there, and a lot of times it's like filled with spam. So that's why I prefer doing this on Instagram. Then don't need to change this stuff. Or actually, yeah, I do need to change stuff because I'm asking for people to comment in this ad. If I was doing a messenger campaign, then I would want it to be messaging apps. But what I'm actually doing is asking for people to comment. So what I want is engagement on the ad. The engagement type is post engagement because I want them to comment on it. And then I want to maximize for engagement with the post. Right? Instead of just maximizing for views, I want people that'll actually engage on the post. So this is one designed to try to get more people to see it who are likely to comment. And then once they comment, I can obviously start a conversation with them. You don't have to have a crazy budget on these. I'm just going to throw $5 on it. Then as far as audience controls go, what we are doing here is, because we're going to a retargeting audience, people that are already warmed up to us, already are following us, already are engaging with our stuff, already are watching videos potentially, we want control over who we're going to target. So instead of using the Advantage Plus and a lot of the automation and AI that Facebook has, what we're going to do is switch to original audience. And once we switch to original audience there, I'm using a custom audience that I've already created. So for me, I've already done these, but I would potentially combine a few of these. Different video views, website video visitors, and Instagram engagement. For right now, for this one, for simplicity, what I'm going to show you how to do is Instagram engagement, which I already have set up. But if you don't have that set up yet, basically what you would do is click this create new custom audience. Going to click on Instagram account right here. Then click the Instagram account. Then what I would recommend doing, there's different ways that you can do this. If you have a solid base of followers who are your target market, your target person, and let's say it's a few thousand, and you just want to retarget your followers and put this in front of them, then you can do this one, which is accounts who started following this professional account. So this is all your followers. If you don't have a ton of followers right now, a few thousand that are your ideal clients, then what you can do to expand it out a little bit is just go with everyone who engaged with this professional account, right? So that will just be anyone that clicked on your account, watched some of your videos, whatever, just any kind of engagement that messaged you, whatever that is. You could also do anyone who visited your profile on Instagram, but for most people to get kind of the widest pool here, you can just go with anyone who engaged with this account. Usually that's better because they've done something, as it says here, likes, comments, saves, swipes, taps, shares, just they've done something on it. This too, though, if you wanted to just directly target your followers, you could click that. That one, there's no time domain. It literally is just, if you have 10,000 people following you, like it's going to put it in front of those 10,000 people. If you click the engagement, you're going to want to set a time duration in the past. Usually I like to go 180 days. So it's fairly recent, like that they've engaged with me on some level. You could even go shorter than this, 90 days. If you wanted people that were just hyperactive, then name the audience, right? So I would say IG engagement. And then I always like to throw the time duration, last 90. And then all you do is click create. And now you have a custom audience of the people who have engaged in the last 90 days. And you can see it automatically inserted that, but I already had my one from the last 180 days. Then what you want to do is I unclick this reach people beyond your custom audience if it's likely to improve performance. Basically, if you keep that checked, what Facebook's going to do is say, well, I think I can get cheaper comments or engagement on this post if I show it to people that aren't followers or haven't engaged with this. I don't want them to have that liberty in this case. I want to keep control over it, put it in front of a very direct or targeted person. So I uncheck that. If you have specific parameters around the countries that your audience is likely in, you can adjust that. Although this does kind of account for it, so you don't necessarily have to. I do like to edit this just in case someone was engaging with my stuff that doesn't fit into my target audience. I always go 25 to 55 because that's usually my ideal range for people that are willing and able to potentially invest in what I'm selling. You can potentially, I don't change anything else down here for the most part. You could go to put in English language, but that's likely going to be covered already by using the custom audience. So you don't have to change much else than that. The thing that you do want to change is this placement section right here. The Advantage Plus placements will let Facebook just take the reins and put it wherever they think it's going to work. But because I know that my post was a reel, I really only want this to be shown as a reel. So I clicked that edit. I'm going to go that edit button. I'm going to go manual placements. And then I'm going to adjust where I want it to be shown. For me, again, you could do this on Facebook. And if you wanted to get the comments there and interact with people, 100% could do that. I'm primarily going to focus on Instagram because that's where the piece of content was created. And that's where I want to drive most of the conversations. From here, the reel style stuff will work in feeds. So I tend to leave those on. You can leave these on too, but I find that they're just not the best for getting engagement. So I typically turn those off. I keep them in the feeds. And then, oh, whoops. Let's redo that. So just in the feeds here. Then I go into stories and reels. I obviously want to keep it on reels. I keep it on stories as well. You could turn that one off. It's, I'm good with it being on though. And I typically turn off the search results. So again, like the things that I make sure are turned on are just Instagram feed, Instagram profile feed, Instagram stories, and Instagram reels, because those are the best placements for the style of post that I'm going to use. Don't worry that it says that we have fewer than 6 placements. Why is it saying that? I don't know. I think we should be good. Sometimes Facebook gives you weird errors like this. Oh yeah, we're good. I think we're good. It was just when I accidentally clicked all. All right, so going to the next thing based on those placements, they're all good. Then we click next. Then I'm gonna just name this based on the piece of content. Was the GDoc reel. I'm gonna select the correct Instagram account. Once I have that selected, I'm going to use an existing post. I'm going to shut this one off that says the multi-advertiser ads recommended, because again, that's going to give Facebook liberty to do extra things with this, which I don't want them to do. And then I'm then going to select the post, go to Instagram, scroll back down to find that GDoc one, which is right here. Hit continue. And sometimes this takes a bit for Facebook to load it and recognize it. But while that's getting loaded up, I'm going to pause this real quick and fix this error. All right, so we're back and it has loaded. You can see the preview over here. This is what it's going to look like in the news feed. This is what it's going to look like in a reel. The other 2 previews, there we go, loading now. Boom, you get to see kind of what it looks like. Then the copy I already wrote on the post because I'm using an existing post. I can't change that. Then if I wanted a call to action, I could put that here. So if this was a message campaign, I could have send message, but it's not a message campaign. Remember, I'm looking for this one to get engagement on the post, so I want people commenting. So I'm going to go no button because I'm looking for comments. If I wanted to edit some of the placements, I could. That would just be if something was getting cut off and it didn't look right and I wanted to make an edit, I could. I don't need to do anything with the tracking here because I'm just paying Facebook to show this to more of the people who have been engaging with my account in an attempt to get them to see it and engage with it. And then I would just hit publish. Publish without the adjustments because they're going to try to do all this stuff where they take back control, and I don't want them to do that. Here we go. All right, boom. And it's published. So what you're going to see once it is published is it'll be processing. So it'll take a bit of time for Facebook to check the video, scan it to make sure that it's compliant with Facebook advertising, and then to officially launch it and let it go. But you'll see once it is, it'll be green and active, and basically it'll just start showing it to more people. And all you're looking out for is that as people are seeing it, and they start commenting, is obviously you comment back and then start conversations with them. So a very simple one to run a comment reel with basic $5 a day traffic to get more conversations started. I'm going to show you really quickly how to do the exact same thing but for Messenger. All right, so if we wanted to run a direct message campaign, which is a great way to generate conversations, you'll get cheaper comments, right? Because there's less friction in that. And then obviously if you're going for the comment, you have to go comment back and forth and then be able to get them into a messenger. And if you understand how to use ManyChat, not in this video, it's a totally different thing. But if you have ManyChat and understand how to use that, you can insert ManyChat into that process to automatically comment back to people on your posts and be able to drive conversations from there. But if you want to just you don't want to get into using ManyChat, you don't want to get into having comments and conversations from there, you just want people to directly message you on Instagram and start a conversation right away, that's what I'm going to show you here. Simplest way to do it, very similar, we're just changing the objective a bit. Again, create, engagement, continue, manual campaign, don't let them take control. Then from here, something similar. I always name it middle of funnel, and this is a DM retargeting campaign. Nothing else changes here. We're going to go into the ad set. Again, I don't like messages happening on Facebook, so I just do them on Instagram only. For this campaign, right, because I'm specifically trying to get people to message me to start a conversation, I'm going to go messaging apps, not like we did previously on the ad. It's click to message. Perfect. That should all be set up. Maximize number of conversations. Beautiful. That's what I want. I want Facebook optimizing for an actual conversation, not a link click. Then again, if I just want to start with $5 a day, then audience control, same thing as before. We want to switch to original, click use original. Then we want to use the same audience that we just created in the last one, which I don't know if I saved that one. It was the IG engagement 90 days. I like to use my 180. Whatever you did create in that last one, it can be the exact same audience. Then I don't want to reach people outside of that. I set my age. Oops. Minimum targets 25 to 55 for me. And if you have one, you can add that in. You don't need to add anything else here because we are targeting a custom audience of engagement. Then again, we want to edit the placements. We're really just doing this on Instagram. Perfect. Inside of the feeds. I don't like having it in the Explore. In stories and reels, that's good. And then I usually turn off in-stream ads for videos and reels. So the only places it's going to be shown is feed and then stories and reels. Then I click next. And I didn't necessarily create one for this with a CTA for a message call to action. So I'm just going to put test, and I won't actually launch this one, but I wanted to show you how to do that. With this, if you want to use the existing post that you already posted, I highly recommend doing this because even if you don't have a ton of organic traffic, even if you get a little bit of engagement and interaction, it helps once it's an ad because there's already likes and comments potentially on this post when you go to basically boost it or put money behind it. So I like to use an existing post. Again, uncheck this one. I'm going to select the post, and I don't think I have anything that's was specifically a CTA for a message conversation. But whatever post you did have, just pick that one. Hit continue. Make sure it looks good in the two different ways that it's going to be displayed. And then once you're done with that, hit publish, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to launch this one, but that's essentially all you would do to launch a message campaign. So now $5 a day, Instagram's going to take this, it's going to go put it in front of people that are already following or engaging with your account. It's going to have a call to action for them to get something, and all they have to do is message you with a keyword to get that thing, to then start conversations with them. What you will need to add, which I'll show you right now, is a message template that allows for you to start a message very simply. So how you do this in the message template, create new, don't do the automated, start conversation, and you're just going to click edit. What I like to do is tell them what they just opted in for, which would just be simply, you can use first name, hey, first name. Of course, it's kind of janky with putting the explanation after it. All right, try that again. And then let's just say to, using the example from earlier, Cool. So just something very simple. To get the GDoc sales system, message me GDoc and I'll send it your way. What we want to do is we don't want the third question. We don't want the second question. We only want the first question. And what we're going to insert is the keyword GDoc. That's it. So you'll notice here, this is what it's going to look like when it pops up. So they click the send message button, interested in the thing. This will pop up and say, hey, so-and-so, to get the GDoc sales system, message me GDoc and I'll send it your way. It's got an autofill feature. All they have to do is click this button and it will send you the word GDoc. So then whatever that keyword was, you'll see it come into your messenger. It'll tell you it's from an ad inquiry and you'll know exactly where it came from, what they were asking for, and then you get to start a conversation from there. Easiest way, simplest way to drive conversations and get them started from an already existing audience of some kind. And you really don't need a large audience for this to start working. It just can drum up conversations with the people that are already there. So I'd highly recommend giving this a try.